Hey, good day. I hope everyone's doing all right. They say the weather is going to cool down this week, so that'll be nice. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's getting darker sooner, substantially sooner, significantly sooner. So we are entering into that fall season. And as a matter of fact, I think it begins this month, just in a few days. And we are continuing our journey here, speaking of cycles of the seasons. We're continuing with Parker Palmer, Let Your Life Speak. This is a book where he details his journey of finding himself, his authentic self. And today I'm just going to read a little bit from chapter 2. It's the very beginning of it, and it goes like this. It's called Now I Become Myself, a Vision of Vocation. With 21 words carefully chosen and artfully woven, May Sarton evokes the quest for vocation, at least my quest for vocation, with candor and precision. He says, now I become myself. It's taken time, many years and places. I have been dissolved and shaken, worn other people's faces. What a long time it can take to become the person one has always been. How often in the process we mask ourselves in faces that are not our own. How much dissolving and shaking of ego we must endure before we discover our deep identity, the true self within every human being that is the seed of authentic vocation. Wow, that's a very important statement right there on the opening page of chapter 2 in Parker Palmer's Let Your Life Speak. You know, if we think about it, the moment we are born, we are given labels. We are labeled by our color, we are labeled by our gender, we are labeled by our name. We are labeled by our family heritage and history, and we have so many labels by the time we get of age where we can speak and start to think about ourselves. So by the time we are doing that, let's say just for the sake of this discussion, around the time we enter kindergarten, people are already asking us, what do you want to be when you grow up? I remember that's how it was for me. And, I was just trying to absorb everything that my family was, the family's history, who I was. I mean, going to play sports, doing this, doing that. All the categorizations began when I was young, when I was in kindergarten. I remember that, what sports I would play, what I would do. What did I like in school, and the things that my mother had me doing when I was out of school, the things I did for fun, the people I hung out with. There were so many choices to make. And so that's what they're really kind of saying here in this, how long to become the person we authentically were. I mean, that masking, what does he say? How often in the process we mask ourselves in faces that are not our own. And that's what I'm saying. That begins at a very early age. The moment we arrive on this planet, the masking begins, doesn't it? So what this book is talking about, and what this section is talking about, this chapter is about unlearning all of that to relearn who our authentic self is. Think about it. How many of us really know who we authentically are? We've become those masks, and we wear mask upon mask upon mask, and it's just that we get comfortable being that way, and we really don't ever spend time trying to understand and relearn who we authentically are, so that we can understand our vocation, our purpose, our true purposes. But to do that, we have to understand who we truly are in God, who God created us to be authentically, our authentic self. And that's what this book is about. Again, it's a short book. I think it's a very good book, and we'll go through just the beginning of each chapter here on the WABs in the upcoming weeks. There aren't many chapters. Let's see how many there are exactly in the book. Parker Palmer, Let Your Life Speak, Listening for the Voice of Vocation. There are really only about, five, six or seven chapters. That's all there are. The book is only 108 pages. I suggest you buy it. It's probably pretty cheap. You could probably get it on Thrift Books for $1 or $2. I don't know. But again, it's Parker Palmer. Let your life speak. How often do we do that? Let our lives speak. Who we are. How often have we reflected on what we've done? And I don't mean just the highlights of our life, those milestones, but I mean, what were we thinking? What affected our decisions? Were they premeditated? Were they decisions that were already made for us, like when we're born? What were those decisions? What encompassed the things that make us who we truly are today? To do that, we have to get back. We have to relearn who we truly are. Amen? Amen. It's not a job for the weak or the meek, but it is a job that requires a lot of rigorous honesty. Amen? Have a great day. Peace.